Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nikki and I'm so excited to share this brand new series with you. I'm calling it Tea Time Talks, and it's kind of just a way for us to connect and chat about our favorite geeky things and do it over a cup of my favorite tea. Today I'm having Genmai Cha, which is a green tea with roasted brown rice, so it has a little bit of a nutty flavor. And for today's topic, I thought it'd be great to enter the new year recapping 2017 in films. So I've picked a couple of my favorites and a couple of my letdowns for the year to just chat about with you guys. So for me, a good movie, I feel like it's something that I come out of the theater feeling either really drawn into learning more about, or feeling like whatever emotion it was trying to get out of me, I want to leave the theater feeling that. Whether it's like happy or scared or intrigued, I want to leave the theater feeling something. And I feel like if a movie doesn't do that, then it's not, in my book, a good movie. Because I wouldn't necessarily say that it has to have like a certain story or a foundation, because I feel like there's a lot of lighthearted movies that don't necessarily have this deep, dark story base. But they're still some of my favorites, and they're just like fun movies that make you feel great and now you want to go hug everybody. I have to say that I know that a lot of people feel differently about this, like my husband, who, to him, a good movie needs to have all the elements. Like, that story has to be good, those actors have to be good, the way it was shot has to be good, and I feel like all those elements are important to him because it's also something that he is passionate about and he takes pride in creating. And I'm just like, did I like it or did I didn't like it? So I have to say, for my #1 film of the year for 2017, I'm giving that award to it. It was so good and scary, and I just loved it. I feel like from the moment that it started and Georgie got his arm bit off, I was full panic mode, clench fist. It was so crazy, and I feel like it just did not disappoint. I thought I'd seen the original, so I was maybe expecting more drama and kind of like a dragging pace, but it really just like delivered in every way that I would want a horror film to deliver. So I was really happy with it. And then, I don't know if you guys saw that in Hollywood, they had like rebuilt the house that you could walk through, and I couldn't make it to that, but the WB backlot had the house also rebuilt so you can visit it during Halloween. And I got to go to that, and I feel like seeing it in person, doing the walkthrough, it was just so exciting, and I feel like that really sealed the deal for me to experience that after loving the movie so much. So I feel like all in all, it was my #1 movie of the year. It wasn't cheesy, I had a solid story, it was awesome. But there are definitely a couple of runner-ups that I really enjoyed, starting with most recently Bright. If you guys saw that on Netflix. I know the critics weren't a fan, and honestly, overall in 2017, me and the critics just like didn't get along or see eye to eye. We were just on two entirely different pages, but Bright was so much fun. I mean, one, it had Will Smith, and I feel like he's in so many of just like my favorite films from like growing up, and just like, how many times have you guys seen Hook? I've seen it like a million times. Him and what's her name, and they're like falling in love. So I was excited to see him in another film. And then it felt like it had a 90s kind of action vibe to it, so it was fun and different, and I enjoyed it. And then, of course, I have to mention Beauty and the Beast. I was so impressed. For them taking Beauty and the Beast, you know, obviously from like animation to a live action film, I felt like there was so much that could have just gone wrong and could have been lost in the story, but again, I feel like it really delivered. It was great to see just like it come to life. I was a little unsure going into the movie how I felt about Emma Watson being Belle, just because, I don't know, there's something about her that I hadn't imagined Belle as, but I feel like she did a great job. The movie was great, and I even thought the Beast was more attractive as the Beast than as a human. I don't know if anyone else felt that way, but I don't know, maybe because you see the story develop with him in Beast mode. But that was definitely one of my top ones. And I have to mention, I had a lot of fun with Jumanji. I feel like that was just an unexpected movie. We all know the original, and I feel like I've seen that quite a few times, but I don't know. I actually had low expectations for Jumanji, but there was just something about like the nostalgia of it and like wanting to go see it and be a part of like the new remake of it. And I felt like it was a lot of fun. I actually maybe want to even do like a Ruby Roundhouse inspired like look or costume for Halloween. So I thought it was just a feel-good, fun, like family movie, and I'm a big fan of those, like something that everyone can enjoy and it's not necessarily like so heavy. I don't think a film has to be super heavy to be like a great film. So that one was up on my list. Now for the letdown. I'm gonna start off slow and kind of ease this in and then go with the biggest letdown of the year. So starting off, believe it or not, Wonder Woman for me was kind of a letdown. I don't know what it was, guys. I think because I've thought about this a few times, because I know how much everyone loved it, and I love that there is like a female lead, and I just love the story of strong, powerful women. Like, I agree and I support that, but as a film, I just felt like there could have been so much more to her, like to her story. I felt like there wasn't enough depth to her character for me, and it was a good quality film. Like, there was no holes in it, but it just, I don't know, it didn't make me this diehard fan. And I felt like, so it was just kind of a letdown in the sense that I didn't feel captivated by this world or by this character, and I just kind of left the theater and like, I was over it. I mean, that's not to say I wouldn't buy a cute Wonder Woman shirt or like purse, but it didn't make me a Wonder Woman fan, and I feel like I was expecting to be after seeing that movie. So that was a little bit of a letdown. Next up was Spider-Man Homecoming. I know people loved it, but it was just a snooze fest. I don't know, maybe because I saw it from my couch, but I don't know. If it's not Tobey Maguire, like, I don't know. I'm just forever a Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man girl, because I grew up with that, and I always see him, and I know there's been a couple people after him, but I feel like this film offered nothing new, nothing exciting. I really didn't find the main actor like charismatic. I don't know. It was boring. I was over it. But I mean, it was a solid film. I feel like it didn't really have a lot of holes. I just didn't dig it. And lastly, for the ultimate letdown of 2017, the award goes to Atomic Blonde. I was so excited for this movie, you guys. I even did a look based off the movie poster, and I don't know, I just was really excited to see this like awesome spy kicking butt all over the place, looking like super awesome. And then I watched the movie, and I'm not even sure I know what that movie was about. Like, I don't even think I could spoil it for you, because I couldn't even tell you exactly like what it was about. It was just so muddled and confusing, and there wasn't enough action. And I know a lot of people say that they made it more realistic in the sense that, you know, when she fought, she was injured and tired, but I'm not going to see Atomic Blonde for realism. Like, I'm going to see Atomic Blonde because I want her to see her just be like the ultimate like badass and just do her thing. So it was just such a letdown, even after, because I've seen movies where I feel like the plot maybe just like was over my head. Even after, I watched videos about Atomic Blonde and the story, and I still felt like, what? Like, how? Huh? That's exactly my face after reading or watching anything about Atomic Blonde. Just like confusion and it not being enough of a story to make an impact. So that was my biggest letdown of 2017. I'm really curious to hear what you guys thought of all the movies in 2017. And let me know. For me, I felt like me and the critics were on two different pages, and we just like did not agree on movies this past year. But I wonder if you had the same experience, or if you felt like they were really, you know, right on with you and you were like jiving with them. If they said it was good, you thought it was good. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Also, feel free to leave me questions or topic suggestions for the next Tea Time Talks. I hope to do these regularly, just again so we can chat and get to know each other and hang out here on Girl Talks Geek. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.